Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Sports Prophet, and this is Sports Prophet TV on YouTube and hopefully Twitter. I tried to get it connected with the Twitter, so if you're watching on Twitter for the first time, then I was successful and I got it to work. But if not, then you're probably watching on YouTube, and both of these should be available on both platforms for playback. But let's get right into it. Today, I'm giving out a couple of free all-access plays for the upcoming college football season. I'm going to give out a future, and I'm also going to give out an official pick for week 0. So yeah, let's just get right into it. First play I'm going to be giving out is a futures play. We're going to go to win totals, and I'm going to be looking at Coastal Carolina, who has been obviously kind of a darling of college football fans and the college football media for the last couple of seasons. They've been really fun. Obviously, Grayson McCall, that quirky offense that they run has been a lot of fun to watch as a college football fan. But I will tell you which direction I'm going with this one. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my banners working here. Yeah, so I'm selling the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers this season. I'm going to take their under 7.5 win totals. Just too much different here. Too much turnover. To me, okay. So if you didn't know, Grayson McCall, he is going to come back. He initially entered the transfer portal, decided in January he was going to come back to this Coastal Carolina team. So that was their big get of the offseason, to get Grayson McCall to come back and play for this Coastal Carolina squad. But Jamie Chadwell is gone. He's taken the job at Liberty, and he was the mastermind behind this pistol triple option run and shoot type offense that they ran that was so quirky and so effective. I mean, it was this team did more with less than anybody else in the entire country for 2 or 3 seasons under Chadwell, and he's gone. So in comes Tim Beck, who was the offensive coordinator at give me 1 second, actually. I'm gonna fix my mic here. Bear with me, guys. Sorry. Okay, that should be sounding a lot better. I didn't have my mic hooked up. Anyway, so Tim Beck comes in from North Carolina State. If anybody watched North Carolina State last season, their offense was not necessarily impressive by any means. So it's going to be a whole different look for Coastal Carolina. They only bring back 4 starters on each side of the ball. And again, like if you watch this team for the last couple of years, they weren't destroying people with athletes. It was this pistol triple option, misdirection, run and shoot type approach that they used for several years. And that's where their success came from. It was not necessarily their athletes. They actually had one of the smallest offensive lines in college football last year. They were like 6'1", 275, 285 across the board. They've still got that caliber of player that's going to be there for them, except they don't have what their strength was, which was their offensive mastermind, with Chadwell leaving to Liberty. So I'm fading these guys. I'm going to take them under 7.5. A lot to do with these win total plays are obviously schedule. Last year, Coastal Carolina had 7 home games. This year, they only have 6. They also have UCLA in the non-conference this year. They're not going to go to UCLA and win that game. Feel pretty good about that. So look, this to me feels like a number that has been hung there a little bit lower than it's been the last couple of seasons, because they know that college football fans want to take this team on the over. They want to bet the over on the win total for the Chanticleers because of Grayson McCall and because of how much fun they've been. But I think you're going to be disappointed if you're buying this team this season. If you're taking the over, I think it's not going to turn out well. Give me the plus money on the under 7.5 wins for Coastal Carolina. The last thing I'll say about this is that their defense was terrible last year. This is not the same Coastal Carolina defense that, they went and won bowl games with, 2 or 3 years ago. They were really bad last year. They're about 110th on average across the board on their defensive categories. And they've only got 4 guys back. I don't necessarily see them improving a whole lot. I don't see the offense being the same, obviously, schematically. We just talked about that. So I'm selling them, taking the under 7.5 wins for Coastal Carolina. So that's going to be my first free VIP selection that I'm sharing with you guys today. All right, the second play that I'm going to go to here. This is a week 0 play. So this is actually an official play that I've already sent out to my VIP that I'm going to share with you guys today. And we're going to go to the game that's going to be played in Dublin with Notre Dame and Navy. These teams play every year, I think. This one's going to be in Ireland, so it should be interesting. Obviously going to be a pretty pro Notre Dame crowd there. But, yeah, I'm buying improvement for this Notre Dame offense. I like Sam Hartman. I don't think he's necessarily going to win the Heisman, but I do like him. And I think this number, considering some of the factors that I'll discuss here in a second, is still too low. I would play this up to probably 35, given that the juice doesn't get way out of hand. But I think this one sets up for a high-scoring game for Notre Dame. I watched their spring game. Went back and watched it, the blue and gold game. Notre Dame, obviously, they've run the ball a lot the last couple of years, haven't necessarily been known for good quarterback play. That clearly changes with Sam Hartman coming in. Jared Parker comes in, the new offensive coordinator, formerly at West Virginia, and they're obviously no stranger to throwing the rock around a little bit. He comes in. I've got the box score right here from the blue and gold game. Blue and gold combined threw the ball. Blue threw the ball 28 times, ran it 33 times. Gold threw the ball 27 times and ran it 17 times. So clearly they had an emphasis on working on the passing game in that spring game. And Sam Hartman looked really good. His receivers looked good. They've always had athletes at Notre Dame. I do think the receiving core probably upgrades a little bit this season just from based on what I saw in that spring game. They looked really good. Hartman looked great, 13 for 16, 2 touchdowns, almost 200 yards passing in limited reps there. So massive upgrade there. And that's not the end of the handicap for me. A bigger deal here is Navy's issues in the secondary. Navy was dead last season, allowing almost 0.4 expected points added, or in this case, it would be expected points the other way against the pass defensively. Navy's defense was abysmal against the pass. They only really played 4 or 5 teams that could throw the ball last season, and all 4 of those times their opponents went well over this total. They were getting gashed anytime they played anybody that could throw the ball at all. With Notre Dame's, superior talent, with their new, their new emphasis on throwing the ball a little bit more, upgraded quarterback. It's going to be a season opener in Ireland. It's going to be exciting. I think it sets up well for Notre Dame to score a lot of points in this one. Navy does bring back a lot on defense. I think they bring back like 8 of their 11 starters. So potentially some improvement individually. If some of those players take a leap from sophomore to junior year, or junior to senior year, you could see some individual improvement, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Given this is not Notre Dame that's going to line up and pound the rock at you on 1st and 2nd down and then try to convert a long 3rd down. These guys are mixing it up. They're balanced. New offensive coordinator has made that a point, and it looked great in the spring game. Even Notre Dame's defense had some issues, and we know how good they are. So, yeah, excited about this play. I would lock it in now. This minus 144 I found on Pinnacle. I would play this number specifically, 33.5, probably up to about minus 160. I still think there's value. And then I would play this total up to about 35, and that's where I would draw the line. And then the last thing, I just wanted to remind you guys that this obviously wasn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to give out a couple of freebies. Last thing is my college football and NFL regular season early bird special is going on sale tonight at midnight Eastern, so 11 o'clock Central. It's going to be $299 for the entire regular season, which is almost a 45% discount from my normal monthly rate. Really good deal. It's the only time this year I'm going to offer that rate. It's going to be going from tonight until the 26th. And then those rates will be gone and we'll be back to standard rates. So obviously really excited about college football season. This is kind of my bread and butter. The sport that that we've had the best results on, 60% or better the last 4 seasons, all documented. So really excited about another great year. And the futures, I've got about 5 win totals and I think 8 or 9 conference championship futures that I'm going to send out tonight after that special goes live. And then the week 0 card will come out sometime next week, other than this Notre Dame play. So appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will probably see you guys back in a couple of weeks for the MLS show with my buddy Garrett. We'll be back on here, giving out more free picks and stuff. And then I'll see if I'll make this a regular thing as far as giving out, a couple of free plays on the live stream during the season. But this is going to be it for week 0. And thanks again, and let's have a great season.